Okay, and I think we're recording now. So my name is Eduardo Paz. I'm an ETech 551. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name's Hilda, and we're going to be comparing two different websites. So I focused on Wix, and then Eddie focused on Google Sites.
That's right. And I had a mostly positive experience, but I want to go through some of the details of creating and using Google Sites in order to publish my webpage. So just a few quick features of the content of the webpage. I chose to use my actual classroom content that I've been using this semester. And I wanted to go through some of the tools that I thought were really exciting and surprising for Google Sites. I'd never used this before. And although there are a lot of instructional videos and tutorials all over the internet about Google Sites, and I'm sure that adds to some of the extended features, I felt the easiest way to learn the beginning of this was to just dive into it and kind of highlight some of the buttons and some of the features here. So the basics are pretty simple. You start your home page. And I thought it was really nifty that it let us link to other pages using the Pages tab. I thought the navigation tool on the right side here was concise, simple, and I really wasn't ever confused about what one of these items did. I mean, there was a couple that I wasn't sure, but again, just by clicking and trying them, I mean, the learning curve on Google Sites I thought was really good, and yeah, it really didn't give me much trouble. I didn't use the content block since I like to format things myself. In other words, these little links that I want my students to have in order to reach things. Here, I'll go to the actual published web page. I wanted to space them and place them the way I wanted to. So some of the embedded features, like these formatting tools, I didn't need. Something that I didn't expect to have because I'm used to hyperlinking and doing a little bit more work with it is something like these buttons. This is such a cool feature. These are buttons here where you can just set the title and the link to it, and it works like this. If I want my students to see my calendar pacing guide, I thought it was really cool to link it to something like that. It was really simple. Um, Having not created a website before, I can't really speak towards the limitations on Google Sites because I'm not sure what are the more extended features of a website. I'm sure it's possible through here, but as far as a novice web creator, I don't feel anything's missing. I feel like all the tools and more are here and they're easy to use, and I have an overall positive impression of Google Sites. Hilda, want to tell us about Wix?
Yes. So let me talk you guys through what the one I did. So I went through Wix, and I didn't have the same experience Eddie did. If anything, I felt mine was way more complex, and I think simplicity is oftentimes very convenient, and I personally love simplicity. Eddie, can you see my page?
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Okay. So first off, when you start with Wix, you can start it with your Google account. So that piece of it is very user friendly. I did mine through my school account, and I basically just copied and pasted everything over. But what makes it really difficult is editing pictures. Like, I added this picture, and for some sort of reason, like, it was cropping it out. It was so hard to get the entire thing on there. When I scroll all the way down, I couldn't exactly get my picture cropped into the page I wanted to. There's so much to do that it just kind of overcomplicates everything. The formatting over here, these pink boxes, I try to make them black so many times, didn't happen. But other than that, it has a lot of things. If you go over here on the left-hand side, you can play around with the tabs. So I created 3 different tabs. I did video lessons, in-class notes, and online practice IXL. So those are just all links that go to things I want my students to access. Let me show you guys the published Wix. And actually, let me go back here. Oh, one thing I did like, and I don't know if this if you got something similar to it, Eddie, but if you make any changes on Wix, you have to hit publish so that those changes are updated on your website. So I think that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one also has an actual switch to mobile. So if you wanted to like see
Oh, wow.
what it looks like on your mobile device, you can also do that. So aside from like negative things, it also has a lot of positive things. But for me, mostly the negative stood out because it was just giving me such a hard time to play around with it. But here's my actual website. And then there's the second one. Again, I was trying to add pictures here. Wasn't very user friendly. I couldn't quite figure out how to do that. Here are my notes. You click on the link, it'll just send you to in-class notes and whatnot. And I think that's about it. I couldn't quite figure out how to delete this either. It was funny. Like I don't think the actual Wix website was very uniform throughout because I was able to delete some pages by just hitting delete. But yet when I tried deleting that other one, it wouldn't. So it was interesting to play around with, to say the least.
Yeah, we're guessing that's probably a cost of using their website, where you have to feature their items if you want to host with them.
Oh, yeah, that might be it. Yeah, because if you want to, that's the upgrade feature. So if you upgrade, you don't have to advertise. But that kind of looked, to me, it looked like it was from the previous web page. I'm not 100% sure anymore.
All right. So hey, let's conclude. I would wholeheartedly recommend Google Sites. I'm actually curious about some of the other tools that our professor had listed, but Google Sites as first impression, I thought was great. And I like how it's easy enough to use for most educators, because not everybody's as tech savvy as everybody else. So I thought it'd be nice to use. Hilda, do you think
Yeah,
something like
100%. Like seeing the Google website and then seeing the one I did, I just had a lot of trouble navigating, and I thought I was going to make it very user friendly, very nice looking, and it just took me forever to use it. The Google one reminds me a lot of Google Portfolio. I don't know if you ever played around with Google Portfolio,
absolutely, yes.
same thing, very user friendly. And I think one of my favorite features from yours actually was the button.
Oh yeah, just like to make those quick links. Yeah. Okay. And I think that's the conclusion of our project now.
I think so.
Cool.
So
Thanks everybody for watching.
we'll
Appreciate
see.